Sanam aloha, everyone. Welcome to the live stream and happy new moon. And it looks like my sound is on. Okay, we got a comment. Great. So it's the new moon officially in about 2 hours or so. And if you could put your human design type, if you know it, and your astrology, that would be great. See, so others can see what type you are. And if you don't know your type, always go down to the information box and I have a link and you can get your free chart there. Okay? So this new moon is really, really interesting here. And I posted this on my socials. I don't know if you saw this on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, Telegram, and well, not on Facebook. What's the other one I'm on? Oh, YouTube communities. That's my favorite one, the YouTube community. But a white buffalo was born on April 25th, 2024, this year in Kansas. And this is when Mercury and the North Node were conjunct in the Gate of Shock, the 51. And this is a positive message of destiny. This is a prophecy of the Lakota people. And it's a sign of hope that better times are coming and to align yourself to your divinity. And then I just learned more prophecies about when we start to see white animals being born. So there was a white raven that was recently born and a white moose up in Alaska. So these are been prophesized that it's showing us that people are coming more into the spiritual realm, coming more into their truth, the truth of their identity. So I thought that was worth sharing. Not sure if you guys heard about that as well, but let me know. Okay, so let's just look at the astrology first here. Okay, and this works. Yep. Okay, so this is the astrology chart for the new moon in Taurus, which you can see is 18 degrees here in Taurus. So I pulled up the Sabian symbol. I haven't looked at those in a while, but this one is, it's 19, right? Taurus 19. It's 19 because it's 18 degrees 1 minute, right? So it goes up. So this is pure receptivity. And it was when the mind is open, then spirit can enter. Pure receptivity that sponsors spiritual breakthrough. So this is a mind that's free of constriction, of staunch belief and moralistic attitudes. It's free to be spontaneous. Then it's responsive to the unconscious upwellings. I wouldn't say that. I would say it would be open to inspiration from the divine, which creates new thoughts and then new beliefs. And this creates new realities, right? So the phrase here is a new continent rising out of the ocean. A new continent rising out of the ocean. And that's really super cool here. So this reminds me of Atlantis. Atlantis and Lemuria, the sinking, right, of the continent of Atlantis, Lemuria. So it's like a reemergence of that time. I really feel that we're going to hear, we're going to sense, maybe you'll get downloads yourself where this ancient knowledge will start to reemerge because our frequency is going up as a humanity. So you have to remember everything exists, right? Everything exists now, right? Everything is now in the present now moment. All your lifetimes, everything is here, including information and knowledge. But we can't access it until our frequency rises, right? And then we're able to receive it. So it's a frequency. This knowledge of Atlantis and Lemuria is here, but it's at a different frequency range, right? So I really feel like this is the returning. And there was another teaching too that I found. I wish I knew who said it. Maybe somebody can let me know in the chat. But it's the prophecy was where there's land, there'll be sea, and where there's sea, there'll be land. So this, and that actually the Pacific Ocean, we're going to see this new continent rising out of the ocean. Yeah. Anyway, very, very interesting here. So what is this telling us is that remember that tribal consciousness is being mutated out of the DNA of humanity. That's this. This is what gets in the way. This is our conditioning, right? Our conditioning. So this has to leave so that we can, because this is constricting us now. Yes, it served us. It served us in the past to keep the species of humanity alive. But now, excuse me, now it's become bondage. It's like a ball and chain, this tribal consciousness. This is all the shoulds. I should do this. I should say this, right? This is all the tribal stuff that we have to really let go of. And then this new frequency can really come in strong, right? So I don't want to zip to human design just yet, but let's just look at some of the planets here. So we have a huge stellium in Taurus, lots of friends for the moon. Venus is in Taurus. Venus loves being in Taurus. It's the ruler of Taurus. And then the moon and the sun, of course, in Taurus. And then there's Jupiter and Uranus. And something I don't talk about very often is Black Moon Lilith. And she's really close to the South Node. So Black Moon Lilith is right your shadow. It's your shadow, and wherever it is in your chart, that's a place where there's a lot of shame, and this is how the tribe controls people, is through shame and guilt. So there's a lot of shame in what house and sign it's in, right? But there's a lot of power here too, right? So this is the shadow. It's the dark feminine. Is Black Moon Lilith, and look at her. She's in with the South Node, which is all about letting go of all this conditioning, and it's in Libra, and that's about our relationships, right? So you may have been feeling this, especially in the month of April. There's just things that you can't do anymore, like all that. The people pleaser, that's the shadow of Libra, right? In order to go into this North Node of Aries, right? The North Node of Aries. So just keep that in mind too, right? There's a lot of shame there. But there's a lot of power there too. And then on the other side, we have Chiron. Oh, and Black Moon Lilith is in the 48th gate. So let's just zip over here. I'll show you where the 48th gate is. So it's not activated, right, in human design, right? We go to Pluto and sometimes Chiron. But in terms of your natal chart, these are the only activations for human design. But if we go here, the 48, that's Black Moon Lilith right here, is the 48. And so this is a deep, deep well. This is the feminine. Out of all of the numbers, right, of these gates, this is the feminine, it's the 48. It's the shadow of inadequacy. So letting that go, the shadow of inadequacy, I'm not good enough. I need more qualifications. I need to go back to school. You need to drop all of that, because that's our conditioning. All your life is your teacher now. All the experiences that you've accumulated over all these years, that's your qualifications. And it's encoded in your aura. You don't need to prove it to anybody. It's in you. It's already yours, right? So the 48, Black Moon Lilith, is saying, let go of this crap. Let go of this I'm inadequate, I'm too small trip. Like, let that go and know that you've got depth. Black Moon Lilith wants you to know that you've got a lot of depth, and it's the gift of resourcefulness. This is the divine feminine. So it's a well. It's like a deep, deep well, this 48. And if you have this natally, then this is your gift too, right? So it's a deep well. And when you put the bucket down the well and you're letting it drop and drop and drop, and it's like taking forever just to get to the bottom, and then you start pulling it up, you don't know what's in there. But what's in there is whatever you need, right? So whatever you need is inside you. It's not Googling, it's not AI, it's inside you, right? These deep, deep resources. So Black Moon Lilith wants you to know that. Not to be looking outside of you for your answers, right? That's what she's saying. So back to here. So we've got Chiron, right, is conjunct Aries, right, in 21 degrees here. So astrologically speaking, this is where you have to face your wound, right? This is the wounded healer. You have to face your deepest wound. It's going to be Aries-like. So this is like, I can't, right? If you go back here to Black Moon Lilith, and if you're in the shadow, I can't, I'm too small, I'm not qualified, right? Identity, issues with identity, right? And then Mercury is there too. So this is showing you that it goes back to your childhood, right? Mercury rules youth, but it's also sending you a message. It's communicating something to you too, deep within you, that you have to face this wound. And this is what the spiritual journey is like. It's not just handed over to you, right? It's earned in a sense, right? By the school of hard knocks called life. This planet is not for kicking back and having a vacation lifetime. It's uncomfortable. And it's good that it's uncomfortable because it forces us to grow and evolve, right? So that in mind, and I think it's in the 42, right? Yeah, it's in the 42. So Mercury's in the 42, and that means Chiron's in the 42 there too. And this is about expectations, right? So maybe you're letting go of expectations by others, right? From your childhood. You had expectations thrust upon you. That's your conditioning from your parents, your teachers, and outside authority, right? Of who you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do. And so you may have internalized these expectations on yourself, right? So this is about throwing this off. And there's wounding there. And the wounding comes from, I'm going to disappoint people. If I really follow my heart and my intuition, people are going to get upset, especially the not self people, the people not living their true identity. They're just following the crowd, right? Following their own conditioning. So this is saying to detach. It's the gift of detachment, the 42. And it's about going through a cycle. It's about like trusting yourself as you go move through this cycle of experience and letting go of expectations of what that's going to look like, right? The 42. Okay. What else we got here to talk about? Oh, just in terms of the collective, this is GMT time. It's in the second house, right? So that's the Taurus house, traditionally the Taurus house anyway. And this is around value, right? The new moon is do you have self-value, right? Do you have self-value? There can be worries and fears about when I'm going to have enough resources, and right, the economy and our financial system is shaky because it all has to come down so that we can rebuild to something that's new. So that you may be having some issues like that yourself, right? Worried about money, things like that. Worried about money, not thinking that you have the resources that you need. And the second house lesson, Taurus lesson, is that it's all about self-reliance, and everything you need is inside you. The ancient word for money was talent, right? And what is talent? Talent is inside you, and it's about bringing that out, especially in this new age of Aquarius and the new cross of the sleeping phoenix, which is all about individuality. It's all about you being your individual, authentic self. Right? That's the only thing that's going to work. And 2027 is coming fast. So let's just look at this human design transit chart quickly here. And you can see there's two channels that are activated, right? The 1-8 and the 25-51, the channel of initiation, and then the channel of the creative role model. Right? And then look at this. 23 is individual. There's individual, collective, and tribal circuitry gates. And 23 is individual. 1-8 channel is individual. 25-51 is individual. 2 is individual. That's the moon. Right? 22 is individual. That's a lot of pointers that it's really time for you to embrace your authentic self, right? The new moon in Taurus is telling you that. It's time to embrace your authentic self. And this is what's going to give you security. That's the security that you're seeking, right? So let's look at these actually, let's look at the star of the show. This is the moon, right? So there's the moon and the earth or the sun together. That's what makes a new moon a new cycle. And it's in the second. And this is a major, 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 major gate in human design. This is the home of the magnetic monopole. Okay? So each one of us has a magnetic monopole. And notice that it's a mono. That means one. So this means it's a magnet that's inside of us. Ra, the founder of human design, talked about the science will catch up to this, and they'll discover that we do have this magnetic monopole, and it's around the sternum area. Okay? And the magnetic monopole attracts everything to us. And it doesn't repel. It just attracts. It attracts. So if we go to the limo, right? Imagine yourself that you're a limo, and that's your physical body is the limo. And then you're the passenger. So you're in the back seat here, chilling, watching, right? Watching life, watching your movie, looking out the window and watching your movie. This isn't about doing from the not self, from the mind. It's about sitting back. It doesn't mean like you don't do anything, but you're doing from a different place. You're doing from this deep, deep place inside you. That's the passenger. That's the passenger. You're not doing from the not self mind. That's most of the world does that. And then the magnetic monopole is the driver. So you're not really driving your life. You're allowing this magnetic monopole to draw to you everything that you need, right? So the magnetic monopole back here also keeps us in the illusion of separation. So it's driving the vehicle, right? There's a wisdom to this form in the vehicle that you're in, right? And then it keeps you in the illusion of separation. That's what else the magnetic monopole does. Keeps you in the illusion of separation in this Maya, right? That we're separate from one another and we're not all one. Yeah. So it gives you direction, right? It gives you direction. The driver gives you a sense of direction. So this is great for in terms of a transit, and especially today, during this new moon, it's like you're going to get a sense of direction, right? And the direction is where you're supposed to be. What the correct people in your life, the correct experiences in your life. This new moon can offer you this. So verses, and the second line is the 6. You see that? It's 2.6, so that gives us even more information. And the 6th line, second gate 6th line, is a battle. It's a battle between the ego, the not self, versus your higher self, right? During this new moon. And it's like, what are you going to choose? Are you going to choose that ego, not self? Trying to drive the vehicle, right? Attracting to you the wrong people in your life, the wrong experiences in your life, the wrong places of living in your life, and that creates suffering. That creates suffering. Or are you just going to surrender and trust, right? That this magnetic monopole, I have to just surrender and trust and be myself and be my authentic self, and then everything I need, right, that's correct for me will come to me. So this is the battle here with the 2.6 and the new moon here. And I just want to bring that back to the generators in the manifesting generators. So I'm just going to do a quick plug of my Aquarian relationship level 2 that's coming up this week, May 10th, 11th, and 12th. And There's lots of information on my website. I won't go into the details. But it's really about the relationship. This is like a deep experience of your relationship to yourself is number one, right? This is number one. You can't love another person until you love yourself. You can't be with another person until you're yourself, right? So it's like, why are and I'm a projector. So here's a question probably a lot of projectors have brought to the table. Why do generators and manifesting generators, why are they so challenged to follow their authority? Because the generator just has to follow their sacral that speaks yes or no. That's it. That's all they have to do. Why is it so challenging for the MGs and the Gs to follow their strategy? The world doesn't change until the generators and the manifesting generators wake up. Like all the projectors on the planet could wake up, all the manifestors could wake up, all the reflectors could wake up. There's still no change. The generators and the MGs, they're the ones that have to wake up. So why are they so challenged? Like why? 90% of generators and MGs I know are in love with their mind. They are in love with that not self mind. They just think that's the ticket, right? That's a bag of chips and more. Is like if I listen to my mind, right? I'm making my decisions from my mind. I worship my mind. I worship the minds of other generators and MGs. And this is the problem because of the power of this conditioning field, right? This is the conditioning field. It's this not self mind that we're living in. And it's not equipped to make your decisions. The mind isn't in the body. The body is everything. Enlightenment isn't about being in the mind and checked out and all these concepts. And I'm going to have concepts about spirituality. It's about coming into the body, coming into the form, right? So the mind the mind lives above time and space. It's not going to help you with your purpose, your soul purpose, and why you're here on this planet. It's just another wheel. Just get on the wheel again. Keep returning back to planet Earth, right? So it's the power of this conditioning field that pulls the generators and manifesting generators directly to their mind, away from their sacral, away from their sacral. So the pull of the not self mind. So this is what I'm really working on with this retreat, this level 2, is dismantling this not self. Dismantling this not self. And so this means going back into childhood, the childhood work, when that not self was born. Go right back to when that not self was born. And then this in turn is going to neutralize the conditioning field. So that pull is not so strong for the Gs and the MGs. And only then can the manifesting generators and generators receive this knowledge of human design. Until then, it's just concepts in the head, right? It's this mental roof noise for them. Oh, isn't this interesting, right? And then they can learn to enter into relationships correctly. And then maybe we have a chance, right, of changing this planet, right? As soon as the generators start waking up, right? So that's where I'm at with the Aquarian relationship thing. So it's very deeply healing. It's not just piling a bunch of information on you. It's about a deep healing experience so that you can receive this knowledge, right? So check that out if your sacral is like, yes, I'm ready to let go of this crazy mind of mine. It's got me nowhere. It's got me dead-end roads, dead-end jobs, dead-end relationships. I'm ready for real change, okay? Okay. So back to this, right? So what is human design really, right? Like, what is it? Let's put it in a nutshell. It's really a manual. It's a manual for you to learn how your vehicle works, right? So it's more than just like yes or no in your strategy. That's just the beginning. So it's the manual. And we didn't come in with just a factory model, right? In terms of our vehicle. But it really is about decision making, right? It's about decision. It's about making your own decisions correctly. That's what human design gives you. And we really need that now. I mean, back to astrology, we've got Neptune at the 29th degree, right? This is a critical degree. This is the end of the end, Neptune. This is like confusion and fog and glamoring, and I can't see what's true and what's false, right? Deep confusion here. And it's there for a while. I think it's like another 2 years or so, something like that. I'll get the correct dates later. But this is why this tool of human design is really, because the sacral for generators and MGs, it's not fooled by the glamoring. Neptune's for the mind and the not self, right? But as long as you're connected into your sacral, you're not going to get fooled. Right? That's deception, like really incredible deception is Neptune. That's what that archetype represents. Okay, so that's the 2, right? So there's the 2, the direction. So as long as you surrender, right? I'm surrendering my authority over to my sacral for the MGs and the Gs. I'm not letting my mind make decisions for me anymore. I'm not listening to the nightmare stories anymore that my mind is telling me. I'm going to surrender to life because I am life. You have all the life force energy as a G and an MG. Okay, and you're going to choose your higher self, right? That's the best way to go during these times. And then the 2551 is the gain. It's this initiation, right? It's an initiation, the channel of initiation. It's about making that leap, right? Taking that risk on yourself, right? On yourself. And moving into this place of the 25, which is your innocence, right? Your innocence. You weren't just dropped here on the planet without any kind of protection. You know, you think of animals in the animal kingdom and they got their claws and their fangs and their antlers and stuff to help them protect themselves. We don't have any of that as humans, but we have our intuition, right? And our intuition is connected to our innocence. And our innocence is our divinity. That's our divinity. So the 51 is the North Node. It's about make the leap and trust and have faith, right? In the divine. And then watch the divine come through for you. The divine's not going to give you all the guarantees and the safety nets, and you have to make the risk, right? You have to make the risk. And then everything starts to be in synchronicity. And that's when you know that you are operating as your authentic self. When you start to see all these synchronicities, MGs and Gs, you have to just surrender into the flow of life. Surrender into the flow of life, moment by moment. No strategy. Moment by moment. I have no tomorrow. I have no yesterday. All I have is this present moment. That's what the MGs and the Gs have to surrender to be in this flow, right? There's no guarantees. And certainly do not be going back to the past with your mind, with your crazy mind, and trying to strategize what your future is going to be. Everything is shifting and changing really, really quickly, right? So moment by moment, make the leap, right? So the right direction, I'm surrendering, I'm making the leap, using my willpower for something good, right? And this is about myself, my authentic self. And then there's the 1-8. And I know the 1-8 because I have this defined myself. This is the creative role model. Again, it's more information about being in the now moment. These are leadership channels, the 31-7 and the 33-13, and then the 1-8. One's all about the future, one's all about the past, and the 1-8 is all about being in the present moment, right? Being in the present moment. And you can express. So this is a really great thing, right? Because you're with the 1-8 activated here, you can express your direction to others. You can express your direction to others, which is probably a good idea. To get it out, to express. This is my direction. Even if you have no one to talk to, get out your journal and write it down, right? So write down your intentions today. the next 3 days, this new moon's activated, right? And then we have, so we've got Venus too. I want to talk about Venus because Venus is the ruler of the new moon, which is Taurus. So that's activating the 24, more individuality here. And the 24 is the gate of return, right? So watch this, returning to things. We just did get out of a Mercury retrograde, but going over things. So in terms of healing, it's not a one-off thing. Well, okay, I did that. I processed that. I transmuted that. It's like, no, if it's returning, it means that it's calling you to go deeper, right? So it's like a record, you know, the old records that you play, and they're spinning and they're spinning and they're spinning and they're spinning. And what you're doing here with the mind, because this is the mind's picking up new things, right? So it's picking up things that you didn't get the first revolution, right? It's picking up the second thing, you pick up something else. The third thing, you pick up something else. This is how your mind is working. And then it goes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you'll get the full aha, right? This is awareness. So keep that in mind too with the 24. Maybe you're going through that. Personally, I can relate to this. Okay. And what else? Oh, we got Pluto till May 25th, right? Still in the 41. And that's the start codon. So Pluto's in there. Something is brewing. Some new beginnings are brewing, right? And it's Pluto goes deep, deep, deep into the collective unconscious for something new that's happening. And then it's going to swing back into the 60, the shadow of limitation after May 25th. But this is all about new. And then let's look at the card, the tarot card for that correlates to this, Taurus, 18 degrees, right? 18 degrees Taurus. So this is the second decan of Taurus. So this was unpicked intuitively, which is the 6 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles. So whatever ideas you're coming up with that are coming to you are inspirations, it's not about me anymore. Even though it's about our authenticity, it's not about me. That's the selfish. That's selfishness. Uniqueness isn't selfish, right? Uniqueness is natural, and when you're natural, you automatically want to serve and help other people. Like that, it's for just the sake of giving. So that's what this card is saying in this the 6 of Pentacles. Right? It's giving and receiving. So it's got a real flavor of altruism here. You know? And you notice he's got the scales here. So it's equal. It's equal giving and receiving. That's what the moon is showing us with the 2.6. So get out of the ego, because the ego wants to hoard all for myself, or if it does want to give, it comes with a big rope attached. It's never freely given. But if you pick your higher self, your authentic self, right, your true self, then there's going to be this automatic giving and receiving. And it's in the material realm because it's Pentacles. So it's not just about money. It's about what you value, which is your time and your energy. And then let's just go back to the MGs and the Gs. Sorry to be picking on you, but I'm a projector. It's my duty to be picking on the generators and the MGs because you're my people, right? So your sacral, your defined sacral, you need to look at it like money, right? Like money. So imagine, because everybody wants your energy, right, on this planet. What you're doing right now is you're really transmuting the archetype of the slave. That's what you're transmuting right now. the archetype in the collective unconscious is definitely the MGs, and the Gs are transmuting this slave mentality, right? The slave archetype. That you've got to look at it like, okay, my sacral is money. My sacral is money. So when somebody asks you to do something, or a favor even, or even a job, look at it like this, okay? The work that I do, right? It's really important for the Gs and the MGs. Would I pay to work there? Would I pay these people money to work there? Let that go like, oh, they're paying me. No, I'm paying them with my energy, with my life force energy, with this sacral energy. Would I pay to do this? Would I pay to spend time with those people, those friends, the not self friends that want you to come and do things with them and you know, whatever? Would I pay? Would I pay to spend time with them? Start looking at your energy in that way, right? And this is going to bring this Six of Pentacles, this equality, this give and take, right? Are you feeling fulfilled from the work that you do? Are you feeling satisfied from the work that you do and the people that you do and how you spend your energy? Are you fulfilled and satisfied? If you're not, then you're not self. It's easy as that. I'm frustrated, I'm depressed, I'm hopeless. You're not self, right? And so when you're not using your energy correctly, it's going to affect all parts of your life. This is how important it is for the MGs and the Gs to be spending their money. This is your money, right? Your currency, what you spend it on. If you don't spend it on correctly on things that are correct for you, then it's going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect your health. It will affect your finances. Everything starts going down the toilet, right? And it's just a big sign that you're not operating correctly. You're listening to your mind and not self instead of your sacral, right? And when you start operating correctly, then you're going to have this Six of Pentacles energy, right? This isn't just about him giving. You'll know who to give to, right? Your sacral will let you know. No, I'm not spending time with these people. No, I'm not going to this party. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. It's not coming from your mind. It's from your sacral. No, I'm not doing this job anymore. I'm going to trust that something's, that's correct for me will come to me, right? It's just as easy as that. It's just making choice, moment by moment choices for the Gs and the MGs, right? And we've got the two. You've got a chance now. You're able to express your direction as your authentic self for this new moon cycle. So this is a real gift for the Gs and the MGs. Okay. And let me see if there's anything else here. Mars is in the 17, off the mind, our personal mind. And what is that? It's the opinions. This is the shadow of opinions. So Mars is like acting on opinions, right? That's a recipe for disaster right there. There's anger, right? So remember that the opinions, this is all left brain stuff, right? I have an opinion. I'm on this side. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. I'm this. I'm that, right? And then as soon as you identify with an opinion, then you've got to defend it, right? So Mars is, this would be like a waste of your energy, right? To do that. And it's third line too. So we're going to see this out in the world. Out in the world. Wherever you see a third line, it's like deeply in the material. And there's only 1, 3, right? That'll be fun. Okay. Okay. Let me just see if we have any comments, and then we'll go to a nice reading for each type. Okay. Okay, so namalo everybody. Okay. So what's the gift? Heal with food, herbs, and supplements. Okay. Where did that go? Just a sec. I want to use this here. Okay. So heal with foods, herbs, and supplements says, what's the gift if you have the 48? Well, that's resourcefulness is the gift. And this is the divine feminine, the 48. So this makes you very, very resourceful, but you have to, I'm not sure if you have it natally, but it's about trusting that all your answers are inside you. Sometimes I'll do that. I learned this a long time ago. If I'm asked a question and it's not on the surface level and it's not a mental thing, I close my eyes and then the answer comes. So it's about stilling yourself and stilling your mind because we have access to everything. This is beyond Google. People are in love with Google and AI and this and that. It's like this like trumps Google and AI because AI is all about the mind and the mind is limited, right? You have all the answers inside. You have access to the universal mind, the mind of God, right? So it's just about trusting, not letting that ego and not self come in and say, well, you're inadequate. You're inadequate. You need something outside of you. You need this crutch, right? So if you have this, it's a very powerful gift for you. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. Satnam, Hari Dots. Oh, we got a reflector. Olga, Satnam, Olga. And Linda's here. Yay. More like screaming and white knuckling. Okay. What would you say about having Venus in Taurus in the second house, natally? Well, you got a gift for cash. I would say Venus, anywhere Venus goes in your natal chart, brings ease. So it would bring ease for you. So you would like an Aries rising, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Satnam, Natasha. You're a teen, yeah. Gate 2 in the 7th line. Okay. She's a manifestor. Okay. Yeah. You know what I would love to see is the generators out there. Maybe it's your mission is to really learn about what your sacral needs. Like what do you need to nourish your sacral? Because I was just thinking, like, those GMO foods are probably attacking your sacral authority, right? Someone just mentioned that they feel disconnected from their sacral and their gut feeling sometimes. But a lot of it's just conditioning, right? Because you'll notice that children speak, like generator and MG children, speak from their gut when they're young until they get that conditioned out of them with a yup, nope, yup, nope. That's their sacral speaking, right? And then they get conditioned out of it into the not self mind for the approval of others. Okay. Natasha asks, no, it's for all types. I'm just on a mission about, Natasha's asking, is this retreat geared towards generators? No. It's for all the types. Yeah. Including, I don't know what I'm on about the generators and manifesting generators right now. Yeah. Wanting to kick some ass, I think, with the generators and the MGs. Okay. Because you've invited me, right? I'm a projector. You're watching my YouTube. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Natasha's a manifester. I just want to bring you up here. So Natasha, as a manifester, I don't feel drawn to relationships anyway. It's easier being on your own. Not sure if that's healthy or not. Yeah. And this is the non-sacral types, right? The projectors and the manifestors and the reflectors. That it's easier for us just to be on our own for sure. But this is not the time. It's not the time in the age of Aquarius. Aquarius rules groups of people and communities. And so it's pushing us out of our comfort zone, right? That we do need each other. And that's why the human design system is so amazing, because it teaches you what your authentic self is and how you're designed to be in relationship with other people. And it's going to be different for each person, right? Yeah. But I hear you about that. Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying there. I think other people can relate to that, eh? The non-sacrals. Okay. 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 Right on, Diana. I'm going to make it. Okay. Right. And remember that you own it at the end too, so that you can go through it yourself, but it's always best to be there live. Okay. Okay. So are people feeling good about this new moon? I am. I'm so happy that April's over. I think I told you that already. And it was heavy. It was heavy. So we've got a little bit of a respite this month with some really good transits. And, this is about long-term thinking too with 2.6, right? This is a long-term view. So there can be a resistance too with the 2.6 to look beyond, right? Beyond like 5 months, a year, like really we're in the moment for sure, but it's just this new direction that's coming. Maybe you're already aligned with it. It's about the long term, right? Why you're here on this planet, what you're here to contribute. That's the 8. Jupiter's activating the 8, 8.2. That's contribution. 8 is about what am I here to contribute to the whole of humanity, right? This is why we need each other, not in a codependent way, but in a way of like, we're building this new earth together, right? And this is so the 8, the 8.2. I have this is my sun is 8.2. This is like selfless, right? No, it's no ego. This is the giving without ego, right? The 18.2. It's about service. It's about service. And trusting, don't get into the ego, not self game. Well, if I give, I got to get something back. This is the old conditioning. So you give to the whole, right? The whole collective. I'm going to give to the whole collective. I'm making this contribution. It's coming from deep within me. I don't know where I will receive. It's not a tit for tat. It's not going to be this exchange. It's going to come from somewhere else, right? It's the law. It's the law of nature. When you give, you'll receive. But the ego and the mind, it's like, well, it's got to come from them because I gave. No, that's the old paradigm. That's like collapsing, right? So just keep that in mind. The people that are going through financial struggles right now is about value. It's about what do you value? That's your lesson, right? And it's about going inside for your own answers, your self-value. And sometimes, often, that gets your attention. It gets your attention when you have health problems. It gets your attention when you have money problems. That something has to shift, right? You have to shift. You have to change. You got to get out of your comfort zone. That's the shadow of Taurus, can get totally stuck in ruts, right? We've got Uranus in Taurus, and that's shaking people up so that they move and they change, right? So don't, if you're in a pickle, I've been in pickles too like that. It's all about a test of faith and trust, right? And that you'll get through this. You'll get through this. Okay. Okay. So let's go to some cards here for each type. And overlays. And let's start off with them generators. Okay, generators. This is for the new moon, and if you haven't watched the beginning, I would suggest watching the beginning. Oh, we're 50 minutes already. And it's about the new moon. It's about a new direction for you. And this is all about the new. This is not about repeating the old. Okay. So we'll do some cards for the generators. So generators, their strategy is to listen to that sacral that's speaking yes or no to them. But what's correct for them or not. And it's moment by moment. This is not a time about using your mind and strategizing. Taurus rules the body, right? The sacral's part of the body. Okay. So what do we have for our generator friends? And then do we have, we'll just do two. Maybe we'll do two. Generators. Okay. Okay, we got three here. Okay. Two sevens. You got the Seven of Wands right there. You can see him, right? Standing on the hill, standing his ground. Got that wand up, that's fire energy. You got cup energy. The Eight of Cups for the generators. And then the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords there. So he's a little bit of, this is like the escape artist, right? He's being a little bit sneaky. He's running off with those five swords. See, he's gotten away with something. This is so the ego and the mind and deception. So direction, direction, direction. Well, I feel like this is direction, isn't it? This Eight of Cups. This is like, I'm done with this situation. I'm done with this relationship. I'm done with this this work. Maybe not necessarily leaving the job or the work that you do, but also leaving your approach. Maybe you're a workaholic, and it's like, this isn't working for me anymore. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable for the long haul. So I'm leaving it behind, right? This is emotions. The cups are emotions. I'm leaving this behind and I'm going for my Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is like fulfillment. It's like some kind of fulfillment. And then this, right? Holding your ground, standing your ground. So maybe this is about boundaries too. Maybe you're setting some boundaries with some people that are deceptive, right? With the Seven of Wands, shady. This is like a shady card. Who's being shady with me? Because the thing with why the generators are so, another reason why the generators and the MGs, well, how do they get manipulated? Because this is a manipulation card, the Seven of Swords. Well, they're not self. That's what gets manipulated. This sacral does not get manipulated. Cannot be manipulated by sweet talk and sweet words and promises of security and promises of like, you're going to be somebody, right? Everybody wants to be somebody on this planet. The sacral doesn't get fooled by that. The sacral only wants for you to have the experience that you were meant to have on this planet during this lifetime. Doesn't get fooled by this, right? This deception, but the not self does, right? The not self in others manipulates the not self in the other, right? So you've got other not selves trying to manipulate your not self as a generator, right? But the sacral, no, it can't be manipulated at all, right? So I feel like this is like a standing your ground. So there's one thing as a generator. Okay, well, I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen to my sacral, yes or no? Well, that's just the beginning, right? That's just the beginning. Okay, I listened to my sacral that said no. That's just the start. This is the test, right? Because as soon as you say no to somebody, let's say you're saying no as a generator, no, I'm not using my energy for this anymore. I'm frustrated. That's not self. You're not self. I'm depressed. That's your not self. I'm anxious. That's your not self. Right? I'm not sleeping properly. My health is really going down the tubes. Everything in my life's going down the tubes. That's the not self, right? So you're saying, no, I'm not spending my precious energy on that anymore. That's just the beginning. This is the challenge. Can I stand up? Can I stand up? Can I set a boundary? Can I keep saying no? No, I'm not doing that. Right? Or am I going to be manipulated by the not self and others? Oh, you're right. You know better than me. Or I'm looking for your approval and acceptance, so I'll just go along with you. Right? This is failure. You failed. You're abandoning yourself right here, generators. You're abandoning your sacral when your sacral's there to help and support you. Right? It's there to protect you. Your sacral is there to protect you. So I feel like this new moon is about going for what makes you happy, right? Whatever that sacral is leading you to, right? Wherever that second gate of direction is taking you, it's taking you away from something that's like, look, there's nothing there. It's all empty, right? There's just frustration here, right? This is all the not self world. I'm just walking away. The two's taking me away. But I have to stand my ground with these shady people, right? The shady not self people that want to manipulate me out of my... You have to look at it like it's money, like I said at the other part of the video, right? My sacral energy is money. I have to protect it. I'm not going to just go out and throw it around, walk down the street with all my money flying out of my pockets. Right? That's what it's like, right? So you have to be really, really discerning, especially now, coming 2027, and we've got Neptune and the 29th degree, super deception, super shady people, right? But you can really, generators, you can really count on your sacral to protect you. But you got to commit. So you set a boundary, but you still got to patrol it. You still have to be listening to your sacral and standing up for yourself. That's the message there. And 2 sevens, I mean, sevens are very spiritual, right? So it's having that fire, the fire energy to stand up for myself. And the swords are like not getting caught up in the mind, right? Of the not self. Yeah. Okay. So moving on. That's what I see for the generators. I'm moving on. I'm done with this situation, whatever it is. That's not fulfilling me. Okay. Okay. So let's go for the MGs. The manifesting generators. Okay. And we'll see if the MGs can even sit still to watch this video. Manifesting generators love to be busy, doing something, being important, being a somebody, and making a lot of mistakes, because they're always not slowing down and taking their time. I always say the MGs, when they go out for the day, they need a to-do list, right, to keep them focused. Okay. So for the manifesting generators, we're talking about the new moon, which is in the second gate. This is the magnetic monopole. This is about your direction in life for this next leg of your journey. All right. And we're going to pick some cards for the MGs. And so the great thing is you've got the 2551, the channel of initiation, and you've got the 1-8, which is the creative role model. So this direction is initiating you into something beautiful and authentic to you, right? And the 1-8 means that you can express that. You're able to express that. So I would get out your journal or talk to a trusted friend and start expressing your direction. It's going to come to you with this transit. And it's going to involve other people and giving and receiving, right, with that 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Right? And that 2 is guiding you to beauty and love. Beauty and love, the second gate. What's correct for you? Okay, so what do we got for a manifesting generator, friends? We got 1. Do. 2. That one just flew. Just flew here. So, I think I got this last time I think I got this strength card for the MGs last time. Pretty sure. So that's Major Arcana. So that's the strength card. Right there. Right there. And then the 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles for the MGs. And then the 4 of Pentacles. So two Pentacles. Okay. So let's look at this here. So right away you've got control. Right? This is the control card. Right? And you can see the pentacle is on top of his head too. This is cutting him off from his divinity. Right? Cutting him off from any kind of inspiration coming through, right? Let's go back to the Sabian symbol. A new continent is rising out of the ocean. That's the phrase. But it's about a closed mind. When your mind is closed, the spirit can't come in. Spirit can't come in. So if you're thinking too much about security, thinking about too much about the pentacle, right? And he's hoarding. He's like grabbing onto the pentacle. There's no giving here, right? There's no giving energy here with the 4 of Pentacles. This is control, right? And it's based in scarcity, right? I've got to hoard and hold on to what I got, right? Scarcity. Everything's about the pentacle. And like all the decisions are made from the pentacle. So right away, we're looking at the MGs. The MGs are up in their mind. This is the not self right here, the 4 of Pentacles. Well, there's lots to fear, right? Self-node, fear of the future. I better have a bunch of pentacles so that I can be safe. I better make all my decisions based on the pentacle so I can be safe and secure in the future. And remember, MGs, you're not about the future. This is not about the future anymore. It's not about the past, right? Not about the future, not about the past. It's about the present now moment, 1-8. These are all individual. Most of these are individual gates, individual channels. Both of these are individual channels. This is about you being in the flow and the present now moment, right? This is not present now moment, This is like somebody like scared, like a scaredy cat about the future and thinking that those pentacles are going to save them, right? They can come and go. You have no control. This is about letting go of control, right? So I have no future. I'm happy. Here's your mantra. I'm happy because I have no future. I'm happy because I have no past, right? I'm happy because I'm in the now present moment. That's what we have to start embracing, the MGs. And so this is what this is saying too. The Nine of Pentacles, different energy than this, isn't it? Right? The Nine of Pentacles is about abundance, right? This is abundance. This is about independence. It's about gratitude. The Four of Pentacles, there's no gratitude here. There's gratitude here because you're opening up your mind, right? You're opening up your sacral, right? You're not listening to the mind in the horror stories about what's going to happen in the future and what will happen to you if you don't have a bunch of pentacles in the bank. This is opening up to the gratitude of the present now moment, right? This is Venus. This is the Venus energy here, right? She's got Venus on her cloak, right? She's just enjoying the abundance of the earth, right? Yeah. So it's about enjoyment of what you do have now in the now present moment. Yeah. And it's about being independent, right? So this Four of Pentacles may be too dependent on something outside of you. Well, that person out there, they're the ones, they're going to give me security. They're going to take away my fear, right? That's a dangerous place to go right now. This is called codependence, and this is what we're letting go of. That a person, 51, is also about a savior, like the shadow of the 51, North Node 51. This is about a savior. Well, somebody's going to save me. Someone will save me because I don't believe in myself. I don't think I can do it. I can't do it alone. I need other people, right? And it's around the pentacle. It's around the pentacle about money. Yeah. And so as soon as you're in this energy and you're giving your power away to somebody else because they're holding the purse strings, they have all the control, right? They have all the control. And here you are, the slave, the prostitute with your sacral. That's all this is it right here. This is all your currency right here in your sacral, right there. And you're just giving it away for something on the external, right? With the promise of security and safety. And it's an illusion, right? Yeah. And remember, we're in that Neptune energy. So there's a lot of illusions going to be out in the world right now and onward. Yeah. So to me, this is saying that you have the strength and the courage, right? To be in the self-respect, and you've got the inner power. You've got the inner power. So imagine that you won the lottery, right? You won the lottery, and you're sitting on this, and you forgot that you won the lottery, and you're sitting on a chest, right? A little wooden chest, and you're out there with your begging bowl, right? Begging for money from other people. And somebody comes along and says, you have $5 million. And they're like, what are you talking about? It's in the chest. There's your lottery ticket. That's your sacral. But you're not believing them. You believe the illusion that you are not resourceful. Right? The illusion that you don't have all this currency already inside you, which is your sacral energy. This can be converted to currency, MGs. Right? Your sacral energy can be converted. But it's about trust and faith, right? And having the maturity, the courage, the self-respect, right? The inner power, the maturity, that you can easily move into this Nine of Pentacles energy, right? With the gratitude. So to me, it's like, don't sell yourself. Don't sell yourself short, right? You got to believe in yourself and your own ability and your own energy. And remember, this sacral will lead you to the right experiences. You'll have those inspiring thoughts, right? This new moon, I've got these inspiring thoughts. I'm gonna invest my energy into these inspiring thoughts because my sacral has given me a big yes, right? A big yes. So that means go time. So just keep going back to this sacral energy, right? This is your strategy. This is your strategy. Okay. And what else? Yeah. But remember with this time too, right? Because we've got the North Node, Mercury and Chiron, this new moon are together. So I would look at childhood stuff. Mercury is childhood and Chiron is wounding, right? And this is my online retreat. We're going to go into this. We're dismantling the not self. The not self starts right here. This Mercury and Chiron energy, right? And dismantling this because somewhere along the way you believed the lies. Somebody told you a big fat lie when you were a child and you believed it. So it's about letting that go, right? So that you can really embrace your inner power. That's what this strength card is saying, right? And the courage. That everything you have is inside you. You have to just trust it. You have to trust it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the other thing too is what, the strength card is also about what gives you energy and vitality. What gives me vitality? What gives me fulfillment and satisfaction in terms of how I use my energy? What lights me on fire? That's your sacral saying yes, right? That's what you trust, not your not self-mind worried about tomorrow, what's going to happen to you tomorrow. It's the now, present now moment. I'm in the flow. I'm in the flow moment by moment. I'm listening to my sacral moment by moment. I'm making choices and decisions from my sacral moment by moment. Yeah. Okay. And B, have gratitude that you're a manifesting generator, right? Because you do have manifesting power. But you're not a manifester, but you do have manifesting power when you start operating correctly. Okay. Okay. So that's the MGs. I'm trying to think if there's anything else for the MGs. Okay. Okay. So let's go for the projectors. 20% of the world projectors. So I'm sure the projectors have watched all the video from the very beginning to learn, because we're here to learn. I'm a projector. We're here to learn about the other types. We're here for the other types. And this is all about your direction, projectors. And remember, you can communicate your direction with the 1-8 is activated, and then initiation, the 5125, and Pluto in the 41. It's all about new right now. New energy, but long term. And I didn't mention that the moon sextile Saturn, so that even gives you more about something, long lasting. Okay. The projectors. What do we offer the projectors? What do we have for our projector friends for this new moon? What do the projectors need to know for this new moon? Okay. What do our projector friends need to know for this new moon? There's 2. Okay, there's 3. Okay. Okay. This is for the projectors. Message. So you got the Ace of Pentacles right there, the Ace of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles right there. Right there. And then the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. There. Okay, some more pentacles. So the material. Okay. So this is new opportunity. It's manifestation. It's abundance. Right? And ultimately it's coming from the divine. It's being handed from the divine to you. Maybe it's coming through a person or something, but really it's coming from the divine. This opportunity. And it's about abundance. It's like the start of abundance. So let's bring it back to your strategy, because you're not a manifestor and you're not a generator. So you're not here to respond or to initiate. You're here to be invited. Right? But first you need to be recognized. Okay. So maybe a new opportunity has come to you. It'll be something material, right? It'll be something material. It could be a relationship, because remember, this is what I'm going to be talking about with the Aquarian relationship level too. That relationships are our new prosperity, our relationships, because everything's shifting for the Aquarian age because there's so much distrust on the planet with people, which is how the planet has been run. There's been so much deception and exploitation and greed that the people are very resistant to who they invest in, right? They want to trust. We're going to see this more and more, like people are going to want to know what's the backstory, right, to this company and organization or this person. I want to know more about them because I want to trust them, right? So it's about our relationship. So we need to build this trust now with one another, right? And why am I saying that? I don't know why I'm saying that. Oh, in terms of your relationship. So maybe a relationship opportunity is coming in too, but it's connected to prosperity and abundance, right? With the projector. So you want to make sure that this is a high quality invitation. And I talked about this before because people love projectors. Projectors have the focused and absorbing aura, so they can see right through another type, right? So they penetrate the aura of the other type, and what are they focused on? This G center, the G center of the other person. So the other person feels seen, right? The other type feels seen by the projector, and that feels good for some, of the other types. They feel good around a projector because they feel seen. That most people don't feel seen by others, especially not like G's and MGs. They don't see each other like this, right? There's a barrier. There's a barrier in a sense with the manifesting generators and the generators. But there's the projector comes along and penetrates straight through that aura and can see that other person. So it feels good. But a low quality invitation, that's when they just want your attention. They want to be seen by you. They don't want your guidance. So you're here to guide others. You're not here to pay attention to a bunch of people, because you'll end up feeling bitter. If you're bitter after you've spent time with another type, that's not a good sign. This is your not self. This means you're not valuing yourself, right? Taurus, second gate Taurus for the new moon. It's about value, right? Valuing yourself, right? So no more low quality invitations. And you'll know right away. You just want to open yourself up to a high quality invitation. That's what this is. High quality invitation. So they recognize me for my gifts and talents. I feel, there's nothing more beautiful than a projector, right? Someone recognizing a projector. You feel lit up inside, right? You feel energized because they're investing their energy in you, right? We'll go to the MGs and the Gs. They're investing their energy in you, right? They're investing their energy, and this can come through money, right? That's how it works, right? The MGG, they invest in the projector through their money and their energy, and they're basically saying, here, I'm giving you my energy and money. You do something wonderful for me, and that means guide me, right? And guide me. So then you have those resources, and then you can guide the other type, and it's a win-win, right? So you want to make sure that this opportunity is high quality, right? High quality. And your aura will let you know like how you feel, right? And am I feeling successful? Am I feeling like it's reciprocated, right? Something's being reciprocated. I'm guiding, and I feel like I'm receiving, right? The Six of Pentacles, that it's in balance. What I'm giving and receiving is in balance. Low quality invitation, this is way off. Six of Pentacles is way off. It's like you're giving too much and not receiving, right, from the other. Okay, so you got that going on. So keep that. That's a warning for you. And then this one makes sense with the projector too. It's the, right? This is studying, right? Communication. It's about curiosity. It's about being curious, new ideas, new messages. So maybe in terms of projectors, because projectors love to study and they love to learn, that would be this card here, right? They're curious, especially about different systems. So you're here, Ross said it in human design. Projectors need to invest in their studies. They need to be studying, and you probably do that naturally anyway. I do. I'm a projector. We're designed to take in so much information and synergize it, and actually studying and learning new things. It's relaxing for me. I find it relaxing. Projectors find this relaxing to study and learn. So what are you curious about these days? Okay, so maybe the invitation hasn't come yet, but the new moon's saying it's coming. What are you curious about? It makes no sense. You're not self-mind will be like, how are you going to make money from this? Nobody's going to want this, but still your curiosity keeps bringing you back to whatever this is, right? This is positive. It's about new knowledge. Maybe some new knowledge is coming in. Maybe some new system is coming in that you're really, really excited about, because you're here to master a system so that you can help guide the others as a projector, right? So invest in it, whatever it is, invest in it. The new moon in Taurus, I'm going to invest in myself. Even if nobody else out there is investing in me, I'm going to invest in myself because I'm passionate. I'm curious about this, right? And you have to remember that you're here to help guide the other types. You have an important role. You're the top of the pyramid, right? For this new age, the projectors are the new leaders, but it's a different kind of leadership. It's not the manifestor kind, right? Projectors, servant leadership. And then you've got the Knight of Pentacles, right? So the Knight of Pentacles, all the knights are fast, right, in the tarot deck, but the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, right? So this is so Taurus, right? This is steadfast. I'm getting up every day, right? I'm going to do my studies. I'm going to develop a discipline for this, right? This is mastery. Mastery just doesn't come like overnight and I got the download and I'm done. It's like, no, mastery is getting up and doing the work. That's what this is saying, is to do the work. Is the Knight of Pentacles. It's consistent, it's steady. This is hard work. The hard work, it's reliable, right? And focus and putting your attention to it, right? So whatever that is, I'm going to commit to this. I'm going to focus in on this as a projector because I'm curious about it. I'm seeing how it really helps people, right? And then it's going to bring this, right? This is the start. It's a seed of something that's going to be very successful. That's your word. Successful for you on the material plane, right? That you're going to get this equality of giving and take from others. Very good for the projectors. But making sure that you're getting those high quality invitations, and as soon as you get a low quality and you say no, right? You say no to that person, then this makes room for the high quality ones to come in and reach you, because you're here. You're destined to reach certain people in this like your fractal line on this in this lifetime. Okay, so let's go for the what are we on now? We're on the manifestors, right? Yeah, we're on the manifestors. Okay. So manifestors, we're talking about the new moon in the gate of direction. The second. So remember the strategy. The strategy of the manifestor is to receive inspiration. Some inspiration will come down for the manifestor, and then they inform. So as soon as they got that inspiring idea, okay, who's going to be impacted by this? And then I inform and I share with them, and then I initiate, and then I manifest. That's how it works, right? And then when they're operating correctly, which means that they act like manifestors and they're not acting like generators, right? Waiting to respond to something. They're here to initiate. They're going to feel at peace because all those barriers that the manifestors drives them crazy. This is why they don't like relationships, right? Is because that everybody around them is creating this conflict and barrier because they're not operating correctly. And then they get angry, right? Or they get depressed, or they get just disillusioned, hopeless, right? So this is how it works. So remember that there's only 10% are manifestors. And let's pick some cards for the manifestors. Okay. Okay. And let me know in the chat if you're a manifestor. Even in the replay, you can put it in the comment section. Okay, so let's go for what do our manifestor friends need to know for this new moon? This is all about initiation, manifestors, right? This energy. Okay. So what do our manifestor friends need to know? Ooh, that's a good one. What do our manifestor friends need to know? Interesting. Okay. So we got more pentacles, of course. And then, okay, just a second, I just got to check something here. Okay, and then yeah. Okay. Okay. So what do we got for the manifestors for this new moon? The Eight of Wands. Time to giddy up. That's what this is saying. This is like the second fastest card in the tarot deck. The Chariot's the first, but this is time to move. Time to bust a move with your initiation. And then you've got the Two of Cups right there. That's the relationship card. And then you've got another two, which is Two of Pentacles, right? So this is stress. Let's go to the Two of Pentacles. So remember, manifestors, we've got the two. Look at that two, the theme of two. This is direction, right? This is your magnetic monopole getting activated big time, the two, giving you direction, right? So in terms of the manifestor, that means the divine inspiration. What ideas are coming to you, right? What ideas, what inspiring thoughts are coming to you? Well, it's saying it's time to take action on them. It's time to inform. This is communication, right? It's time to communicate and inform your relationships, your closest relationships. This is the Two of Cups. So this could be your romantic relationship, your husband or your wife or your partner, or it could be your business partner too. It could be someone really, really close to you, like a soulmate. This is a soulmate card, Two of Cups. And it's about informing, it's about communicating, and it's going to bring fast-paced change. So as soon as you start informing, things start moving really, really fast. So maybe you're getting some kind of divine inspiration about a partnership, right? A partnership, but it's causing some stress, right? Because this is the thing, right? Manifestors. As soon as you start opening up yourself to change, it causes this, right? Causes this. It's like you're juggling and, right, Taurus, I'm juggling, I'm complacent, I'm in my own thing, I just got two balls up in the air, it's no big deal. And then life throws another ball at me and maybe three more, and then, right? And you're off balance. What's this? Like everything gets off balance for you. And you may read this as a bad thing. Is that necessarily a bad thing? It's like, no, the divine is just throwing more balls at you because it knows you can handle it as a manifestor, right? So this to me is it's time to up your game. It's time to level up, manifestors. It's time to level up. It's time to start initiating, start sharing, see what happens. Don't go to the not self. The not self will say, what if? Well, what if? Right? Let it do its what if. That's what the not self does. It's like just the mind. Let the mind run. Just run its show. But you stay with your strategy, which is to inform, right? And to share. And then to initiate, which is to make a baby step. To make a baby step, and then you start to see the magic of the universe. But this is also showing me that you have support. Whoever this other cup is for you is supportive, right? So maybe it's time to share, right? Share with this. Maybe it's time to share. Maybe this is what's getting you off balance, is you're not sharing, you're not communicating to your partner, right? You're not informing your partner. It's creating this stress in your relationship. You can look at it like that too. And it's financial stress. So there could be a worry about that, right? That's what I would say there. And then to express, right? And this, you got the 1-8 in the 8 of Wands. So this is movement, getting yourself out of this state of stress. I feel like, you know what I feel like is the stress card. That stress card is why this is happening. The stress card, this is another way to look at it too, is that you're not communicating. to your partner. You're not sharing those divine insights that are coming to you, and it's causing this stress too. So this is also the universe and life forcing you to get into your strategy, which is to inform and to share to those closest to you, right? So as a manifestor, remember that this Two of Cups energy, they're there for the ride. They chose you as a manifestor, as their partner, right? So they're supportive, right? So when you start operating as yourself, you support everyone else around you because you're in truth. This is the thing, when we're in truth, when we're in our authentic self, it benefits everybody, not just us, everybody around us, our closest friends and family and community. It benefits everybody. So that's what I would say is like to start. My sense is that you've already started receiving these divine inspirations, and now it's time to just inform and just experiment. This is the thing with human design. It's not a dogma. It's about experimenting. Okay, well, I'm going to try my strategy. Michael says this is my strategy. I'm going to check it out and then see what happens. This is about doing something different. This new moon is about doing something different. Don't go back to the past in the old way. I'm going to do something new and different, right? So that's what I would say for you. Okay, for the manifestors. And then let's go to the reflectors. So pipe up if you're a reflector, even on the replay. I love to hear from the reflectors because they're so rare. They're the rarest of birds. They're only 1%. 1% of the population are reflectors. And I love doing the reflector reading at the end because I feel like it encompasses all the types. It's like a reading for all the types. Okay, so 1% of the world. And they're here to follow the cycles of the moon, right? To make their decisions. And so they have the sampling and resistant aura. Sampling and resistant aura. So they can really, of all the types, they're the ones that would have the easiest way into oneness, that experience of oneness, because they experience life so deeply, reflectors. And they're here to be surprised and delighted, right? And they're also here to really know who's ready. Who of all the other types, who's ready to really break out of this matrix program? That's the reflectors. Okay. 1717. Let's see. So what do we have for our reflector friends for this new moon? What do we have for our reflector friends for this new moon? Oh. I'm going to do two more. What would it be without a pentacle? The only one that didn't get a pentacle was the generators. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah, and the ace too, yeah. Okay. And the pentacles. Okay. Okay, reflectors. And for all of us. Okay. So you got the Ace of Swords. Right there. The Ace of Swords. So clarity. That's the mind. Clarity, clarity. And then you've got the Page of Pentacles. That's your Pentacle card. And then the Three of Swords. Right there. Okay. Okay. So this is new vision. A new vision, right? This is mental clarity. It's a breakthrough for this new moon. Some truth coming forward, right? It's ruled by air, right? It's the Swords. So this is about embracing a new perspective, right? And it's about ideas coming to you. And just that fog that I talked about, that Neptune fog, something's moving through that fog so that you have mental clarity. This is truth, right? Truth really coming to you. Maybe the truth of a situation is becoming very, very clear. And then this is good news. Page of Pentacles is good news. And this is a financial opportunity that's coming, an offer that's coming to you. It's ruled by Taurus too. So the new moon is in Taurus. And, but then you've got this, the Three of Swords. So this to me feels like, if we go back to the astrology, this Chiron right here, Chiron and Mercury, right? And Aries. So they're conjunct right here. So this is our wounding, right? Our deepest wounding. That would be this Three of Swords. And it's about the past. It's about heartbreak, right? So Mercury rules children. So this would be like a childhood wound, some Chiron wound that you've got to feel to the end. So there's a lot of grief here. There's a lot of emotional pain, separation from others. Maybe a loved one has passed away or has just left, right? Left your life or whatever. So this is about feeling, right? So to me, this isn't coming. These things aren't coming without this, right? Without feeling this Chiron and Mercury stuff, right? Because it's so close, 21 degrees and 15 degrees. They're still pretty close to the North Node and Aries. So really exploring this new moon, exploring the roots of your sorrow, right? Your sorrow and heartbreak, right? So remember that we're evolving through the emotional body. So you got to feel this to the end, the Three of Swords, because some people get stuck. If you imagine an ocean, that's your emotional body. Some people just get stuck up here in the waves, right? And they think that, oh, well, I'm doing the work because I've shed a couple tears. No, you've got to you've got to sink right to the bottom of the ocean. And that's where transmutation happens. People don't realize that the emotions, you've got to feel them all the way through, right? All the way through. So if you've got your natal, right? If you've got your natal Mars, oh look, and it's in a third line too. And it's 3. Do you see your black Mars? If you got the number and you've got a 0.3 after that, that means that you really struggle, right? You struggle with feeling your emotions all the way to the bottom. You don't go to the bottom of the ocean. You stay trapped in the surface and you think you're doing all this emotional work, but you're not, right? You want to go right to the bottom, which means to stay with it, to commit. Third lines don't want to commit. Like commit to the very, very end, and then the transmutation happens, and this is when the solar plexus starts to open up, and this in turn creates, I won't go into the details of it, but basically it opens up your heart chakra in a nutshell after that. And then I feel like then the spaciousness can open, right, for mental clarity and for this new opportunity that's coming to you. But It's forcing you to do this work, to feel this sorrow, right? Because you can't go into the new with the broken heart, you know? And the broken heart is a purpose. There's a purpose. It's not just God having a joke and laughing at us that we're suffering down here. Suffering has a greater purpose, and it's to open up your heart. It's to open up your heart. Remember, we're moving from first, second, third chakra consciousness into fourth chakra consciousness for the Aquarian age. And this means our heart has to be open. That's what makes us human, is an open heart. Okay? Okay. So that's what I have for you, because I'm getting a little bit tired as a projector. And just really tune in. Tune into your sacrals, MGs and Gs. If this is correct for you to come to this Aquarian relationship level 2, you don't need to have done level 1. And this will really doing some deep, deep work for this weekend. And it's anyway, it's all described on my website, and I have a little video too for you to watch. But tune into your authority. What's my sacral saying? Is it saying, yes, I need this? This is correct for me. Then you want to sign up. And it starts on Friday. Okay, and it's the whole weekend. Okay, everybody. So I hope you have an awesome new moon, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, Satnam Aloha, everybody. Bye-bye.